The 1998 Canadian 1-cent coin is a small piece of metal, but it carries with it a rich story of tradition, design, and the final years of an era that shaped everyday life in Canada. By the late 1990s, the penny was already becoming less important in daily transactions, yet in 1998 it was still widely used, accepted, and familiar to every household. This coin represents a time when cash was still dominant, when children counted coins for candy, and when exact change still mattered at shop counters. The design of the 1998 penny follows the classic Canadian style that had been in use for decades. On the front side appears the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, created by artist Dora de Pettery Hunt. This portrait shows the Queen wearing a simple necklace and facing to the right, symbolizing dignity, stability, and continuity. By 1998, this design had already become deeply familiar to Canadians, as it had been used since 1990 on many Canadian coins. The inscription around the portrait reads, Elizabeth II DG Regina, meaning, Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen. This Latin phrase connects modern Canada with centuries of royal tradition. On the reverse side of the coin is the famous maple leaf design, first introduced in 1937. The single maple leaf, detailed and balanced, stands proudly at the center, surrounded by the words Canada, 1 cent, and the year 1998. The maple leaf is more than decoration. It is one of the strongest symbols of Canadian identity, representing the land, nature, and unity of the country. For decades, this simple design helped make Canadian coins instantly recognizable anywhere in the world. The 1998 penny was made primarily from copper-plated zinc. By this time, Canada had already moved away from using solid copper or bronze because of rising metal costs. The outer layer gave the coin its traditional reddish color, while the zinc core reduced production expenses. This change reflects how even small coins are affected by global economic conditions, metal prices, and government budgeting decisions. Millions of pennies were minted in 1998, meaning it is not considered a rare coin today. However, that does not make it unimportant. In fact, its large circulation makes it a perfect example of what everyday Canadian currency looked like near the end of the penny's long life. It was part of grocery store change, school lunch money, bus fares, and countless ordinary transactions. Each coin carries invisible marks of human use, tiny scratches and soft edges that show how often it changed hands. From a collector's point of view, the 1998 1-cent coin is interesting in several ways. While standard circulated examples are common and low in value, coins in uncirculated or mint condition can still attract attention. Brilliant examples with full red color and no wear are increasingly harder to find as time passes. Some collectors also search for minting errors such as double strikes, off-center designs, or weak details, which can significantly increase a coin's value. The year 1998 itself holds a special place in Canadian history. It was a period of technological change, with the internet becoming more common and modern banking systems expanding. Yet coins like the penny remained essential. Many people did not yet rely on digital payments, and small change still played a major role in everyday life. The penny represented simplicity and stability in a world that was beginning to move faster. When Canada finally decided to discontinue the 1-cent coin in 2012, many people felt a sense of nostalgia. The penny had been part of Canadian culture for over 150 years. Coins like the 1998 issue suddenly became reminders of a tradition that had quietly ended. People began saving jars of pennies, not because of their monetary value, but because of the memories attached to them. Today, the 1998 Canadian penny can be found in collections around the world. Some are carefully stored in albums, others in plastic holders, and many still rest in old containers in homes. For collectors in other countries, this coin represents a piece of Canadian history and a connection to a time when physical money was deeply woven into daily routines. In the coin collecting market, the value of a 1998 penny depends mainly on its condition. A heavily worn coin may only be worth its face value or slightly more, while a bright, uncirculated example can sell for a few dollars. Special error coins or perfectly preserved specimens graded by professional services may command higher prices. But beyond money, the true worth of this coin lies in its story. The Canadian 1-cent coin of 1998 reminds us that history is not only written in books or carved into monuments. Sometimes it is carried quietly in pockets, passed from hand to hand, and forgotten in drawers. It represents the everyday economy, the ordinary lives of people, and the small transactions that together form the foundation of a nation's financial system. For collectors, historians, and coin enthusiasts, this humble penny offers a window into the past. It shows how design, tradition, economics, and national identity come together in something as small as a single coin. Though no longer minted, the penny continues to speak, telling stories of change, continuity, and the value of small things. In a world where digital payments now dominate and physical coins are slowly disappearing, the 1998 Canadian 1-cent coin stands as a reminder of a simpler time. A time when the weight of a few coins in your pocket meant something, when saving pennies was a lesson in patience, and when even the smallest piece of currency held a place in everyday life.